Hello, and welcome back to our 37th episode of the Labyrinth of Thieves campaign. We are your hosts and storytellers here from Wanderlustdnd, recovered from a very thrilling and intense episode last week and ready to dive into tonight's chaos. We will be down Artrin for this evening, but we hope that he will be back next episode. Don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel as we post new episodes every other Friday. So, last game, we dove into the past, opened old wounds, and revealed secrets. However, while Caché has been thrust into a spiral of guilt and panic, the rest of you are quite unchanged by what Fenris has shown in the minor illusion. All of you watch as Fenris has directed an illusion of Enya handing over the Blackheart core to a male drow. They kiss passionately for a moment and then begin to sail off into a glorious twilight sky above the city of Manira. I'd say Al and Fenris, you notice first that Caché's gone quite rigid with your passive perceptions. Her lips are quivering a bit.
Eyes still open? Or is she, I suppose, in her unformed state?
She's, I believe, she's definitely not in her her glamour. She is full voidling at the moment. Eyes still open. Yeah.
Does it look like when she kind of had episodes in the past? Like when she was in the West Repair Yard?
In a way, yes. But then there was a smile. There was a sense of control, even though she was out of control. She had that smile that matched the creature that she has said stalks her. She was reveling in the bloodshed. Caché seems almost frozen in place. Shock. That's what you recognize.
Unconscious?
No, just sitting for... And these are like passing seconds that you're just seeing her just stare. And Fenris, you finish with the illusion.
Well, that's what you saw.
Yes.
Caché, do you recognize any of them?
Caché seems
Yeah.
to be quite preoccupied.
So I wonder if she's mentally busy, but I just didn't think it was going to be that much of an impact.
Gizmo, you kind of move your hand in front of her face. And Caché just goes dark. Eyes go black. Head kind of lolls to the side. And from her body...
This is right.
So this was not my intention, but it seems I have broken her.
From her body begins to leak and roll, like just rolling miasma of shadow and dust. Caché is fully unresponsive to all of you and slowly begins to rise up, not like going to her feet, but being pulled upward, it seems, until her arms are outstretched. She's hovering above you all, almost as if she's being suspended on a cross.
This is not right.
No, I just see as being very dramatic, or something is very wrong.
From her darkness pours into existence a tall, elegant being of shadow, with a curled smile from ear to ear, towering over you all.
Fuck off.
So I hope the rest of you are seeing this, and it's not just our sleep deprivation.
Gizmo, you've seen this creature before.
I have.
Yeah. You have seen this creature before when Caché had, or you've actually seen it on your monitors flickering into existence.
Yes.
when Caché was kind of approaching and interrogating a random bystander, trying to find Revenant. You saw this entity standing behind her, almost puppeting her, egging her on, and this creature looks at all three of you, standing between you and now Caché, who is floating above him.
So Caché, this
Caché is behind this entity. It's almost as if it's blocking you all from her, and it is just staring, smiling at all of you. And there's a rush, almost kind of a panic, a feeling of wanting to run. What are all of you doing?
I'm gonna step back
Hmm.
a bit with hands on the hilt of the sword, but I'm not gonna draw it yet.
Okay.
I'm just gonna say, what do you want? And what you're doing with our friend?
I think I would also take an involuntary step back.
Okay. Can you? You can. No, you can. Just scooch your... Because your leg is completely busted.
Yeah, it's
right
always
now.
more like dragging it along. Man. Yeah.
Involuntary hurple back.
Yeah. So you step back. Al, what are you doing?
I'd say I'd probably consciously walk back quite a little bit.
Okay.
And then,
So I just get an image of Al just being like, nope, just
Yep, just like, nope,
leaves.
you know what?
Nope.
I think I should step away from the situation.
So as this is happening, between the bends of shadow that are just formulating from Caché, it is a bridge between her and it. You see that between the cracks of color of its claws as it rakes through the reality around you all, Gizmo, you see flares of the Feywild between its claws. Al, you see it as well. Patches of endless cosmos from the astral sea. It is like it is tearing through reality itself.
Hmm.
And then all of you hear Caché's banshee-like scream, head tilted upward as a rift is torn through her and outpour endless nightmares. You see shadow beasts, six-armed humanoids, twisted souls that are tearing themselves from her darkness and rushing out into reality.
Al, can you not stop time? Do something.
I will. Yeah, sorry, I was taking notes. Can I attempt to cast a momentary stasis on Caché?
Okay. Is there a save to that? I think there is.
Yes, DC 17 Constitution.
One moment. It's a con save, right?
Yes.
I attempt to do something as he's doing that as well.
Of course.
Can I attempt to cast
Just so you know,
Sanctuary on her?
she has advantage, by the way, on this con save, just so you know, because I know you have things, Gizmo.
Oh, yeah. Oh.
Nice.
Jeez.
Wait, what?
I forgot to say at advantage, sorry. Sorry, listeners. We have one person in the chat for a moment. 13 still fails. Okay.
Yeah, so
roll.
the one was just, I'm going to cast Sanctuary
Okay.
on Caché.
Very good. So that's any attacks are disadvantaged, I believe.
Yeah, I like a general hope here is that like whatever is this entity is doing something to her is that this might provide some form of protection.
Definitely.
Whether it won't or not, I don't know.
Okay. You feel the energy of your own sanctuary wrap around her. And she doesn't seem to be taking any physical damage, but while through her screams, more and more nightmares are pouring through into the world around you. None of them are running towards you. They're actually seeming to like be so grateful to be out. They're just rushing in all directions, into the shadows, out through the doors, the windows. They're not breaking anything through, they just vanish through the walls. They are just coating out into reality. And all of you watch as none of you have moved towards this entity with the smile. It actually moves towards Caché and
I'm gonna,
slowly
if I can
pull.
cast Vortex Warp on Caché
Okay,
and try and teleport Caché away from this thing.
okay. What does your vortex warp look like?
I'd
Tangible
imagine
to you.
it's like it's literally like, you know, bending, like almost like the light rays around whatever object are kind of bending, as if you could imagine like a refraction through like glass or water or something, as it slowly starts to like twist it and pull it.
So that happens around Caché's body.
Mm.
Again, she is fully out, like she's on a cross, just screaming up out, and there's darkness pouring from her, and all these nightmares are escaping. And as you kind of try to formulate around her with the vortex warp, the hound's claws just counter it away.
Mm.
And you,
Yeah.
all of you, watch very slowly as the hound pulls Caché into its arms and holds her close, as if to, like, console, almost. And yet it's still so disconcerting because of that smile and the fact that it doesn't speak. But it's holding her against it.
I think I would like lurch forward, but I think my leg would give out as I'm
Like,
trying
say-
to like crawl forward, trying to
Mhm.
figure out like what's going on.
Okay.
I'm gonna get in front of both Al and Gizmo with the shields up, but I'm also gonna try dispel magic.
On?
Can I?
Or detect magic. Sorry.
Oh, detect. Oh, okay. I was like, on what? Okay, detect magic. Yeah.
Yeah.
Not
I need
easy
to know
enough.
what it is before I start trying to dispel it.
Yeah.
Would I know it did what that creature do with its claws? Was that actually like an arcane like counter spell, or was it like, you know, basically is it going to be able to just stop any spell effect that we try to throw at it?
It from your perspective, it definitely felt like a counter.
Could I have counterspelled it?
It countered you at a 4th level.
I've only got 5th level spells left.
So yeah, you could try to counter it if you wish.
If I could, if that like claw movement was casting a spell, yeah.
You can you definitely can
Okay.
definitely try. So I
Yeah.
believe you have to roll.
If it's 5th level and it casts at 4th level, I think it just succeeds.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Roll again though.
Okay.
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 I will have you roll because
What am I?
there's something weird going on here now with reality.
Am I adding anything?
So
to this, or-
roll just a plain luck check, I'd say.
Okay.
Um,
So just a D20.
D20, yeah.
That is a natural 20.
Wow. Okay.
No joke.
Okay. So
Wow.
you've managed to
Hide
stop.
it.
So you she's time wizards. Okay, so you've managed to fuck with reality. That's really interesting. Again.
Not for the
So
first
you
time.
you vortex. So where are you bringing Caché then?
I'm pulling Caché, like... Is there, like... Sorry, like, what's the space like? Is there somewhere that we can, like, leg it? Or what, like, what's... You know, basically, I'm kind of looking for an out at the moment.
Okay, you're
So-
looking for an out. Okay.
Yeah.
You're still currently in Artrin's like living room space because that's kind of
Okay.
where we left you in this moment.
Mm-hmm.
If we all moved back though, would like we be at least somewhat in a group that like you could teleport Caché to kind of in behind us, like
A
a bit,
defensible
like so we're
position?
kind of yeah, so that we're at least somewhat of a defensive position in
Could
front
do
of her.
that. Could do that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Definitely,
Mhm.
yeah. Okay, so you pull Caché out before the hound can actually pull her into its arms. And you bring Caché over to your side. And Why don't I have dice out? What the heck kind of a dungeon master am I? Jesus Christ. Hang on one second. Completely forgot. Let's see here. What did we use?
What?
Okay. So you pull her out of range of the hound itself, and the sanctuary as well seems to kind of hold on to her, but there's a moment, Gizmo, where you actually see it almost leaving her and then coming back on. It's like something else is trying to fuse itself with her, but your sanctuary is keeping it at bay, and now she's been physically removed over to your guys' side. So I will say, because you've decided to move Caché, you are now being pummeled by nightmares that are fleeing out of her darkness. So Fenris, you have your shield up to the Shadow Hound, and then suddenly these creatures start crawling over your back and flying out in all directions around you. So all of you are now encompassed in this torrential turmoil that she is in at the moment. So I will leave you there, and I will
Okay.
jump back to Caché. I'll just
Fuck.
Ooh-wee.
It was muted. I made lots of mysterious rolls.
I know, yes you did. Alright. So we're going to fade over to Caché, who at this moment, Caché, we pick up right where we left off. You are once more laying among the wreckage of the Soldo Polaire. The heat is scorching your skin, and you watch. I believe you were laying down in amongst the bodies of your crew, looking over towards the fires that are consuming Sinborough. And you watch as the hound is approaching you. But for the first time, there's no threat in his stance. His movements are calm. And you watch as reality is worn between its claws, shimmering at its fingertips, splitting the very fabrics of reality as it approaches you. Between the seams, you see vast expanses of endless universes. Shadow Hound lowers themselves towards you. Silent. Smiling, but what do you do?
How close is he?
Pretty damn close. Inches away.
Inches. Oh.
Unless you would have moved away before then.
No. I would look into those big empty eyes, and Caché's in dire straits. So she's going to reach out with her thoughts, sending images that describe the sadness and the guilt and the, what's the word I'm looking for? Your apologeticness? There's a better word for that.
Sorrow.
Sorrow
Yeah.
to what has been lost.
Yeah.
Remorse.
There we go.
Ah.
There we go. Thank you, Chris.
Thank you, Chris.
And her remorse.
Okay. Do so. Opening a sliver of connection, thoughts to this creature. You feel it find purchase. And there is a welcoming emotion that you feel from it. It lives through all the emotions that you were feeling right now. Sorrow, remorse, guilt, pain. It lives all through it with you. It slowly begins to lean its head down towards yours. Do you stop it?
No.
Okay. As it gets closer and closer to you, there's such a strange familiarity and an acceptance of what you're seeing before you instead of feeling fear. And it's at that moment that something jabs into your back. Take 12 points of damage.
Another 12.
Nope, just that 12. That's where that
Okay.
12 came from.
Oh, perfect.
And as you turn around, just to glance behind you, you actually see decaying faces of your crew, almost like trying to pull you back into your fear, into your guilt. And you're being pulled away, and the Shadow Hound's reaching out for you, and you're being dragged back into that darkness, that place of misery that you've lived in. You can watch as its fingers grasp onto yours, and you're pulled out of it. What do you do?
I try and cling on. I got hurt. I just
did?
got hurt in the back.
They're like
this thing accepts me at the moment.
a zombified type of things where
Yeah.
their faces are melted away from just the fire and bloodshed all around you, and it's trying to hold on to you, but you are fully pulled away from it at this point. Is there anything else you try to do?
I suppose. Question for you:
Mm-hmm.
Is this? Am I Caché of the time, or am I Caché of the now? In this current reality.
Which Caché does Caché accept and choose to be right now?
Ooh, that's a tough question. Hit me with the, suppose off the cuff. Caché would probably have an immediate reaction of, even though she's now realized what just happened, she's not quite ready to necessarily fully embrace it. So probably would be more of the Caché of the now.
Okay.
Trying to keep at least a semblance of a distance between the two people.
Okay. So trying to kind of keep a distance from the Shadow Hound, or from the individuals that are pulling you away?
The individuals that are pulling me away.
Very good.
That, in my head, that's the old Caché.
That's the old Caché. Very
Yeah.
good, very good. Okay. So, I'll leave you there for a moment.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll let you get a glimpse into what's happening with the rest. The rest of you, as this is happening, Al, you have successfully vortex warped Caché away from the Shadow Hound as he was standing in between you all. And Caché is now over on your side. But all of that entire tear that is ripping through her body right now, all of the nightmares are still escaping. They are pushing their way out.
What is
She
the
is
Shadow
still...
Hound doing?
So you look over to the Shadow Hound? The Shadow Hound's face doesn't change. Still smiling. But you watch, Gizmo, as you look over at it. It, from one shadow, behind Fenris.
Mm.
Disappears again, goes right behind Al. It is moving its way towards Caché. While all these nightmares are being poured into reality.
Can I try something? It might be crazy.
I love crazy.
Crazy is what we need right now.
Yeah. If I draw silver light, can I try and focus all the power I have through the blade and try and make like a barrier of radiance to hold the shadows in
You can? Yeah.
to stop them coming into the city?
Okay, so
So
you're
I'm
trying to.
gonna-
Whoa, whoa. You're trying to contain the nightmares?
I'm trying to basically shield and contain everything because they're now coming over us.
Okay.
So
You know what I'll
I'm gonna
say?
put up a
Go ahead.
barrier. Deflector shield's active.
Okay. I see what you're trying to go for. So
All power to forward shields.
what I will say is you draw Silverlight. You feel the essence of your dragon come to your aid. The glow of the blade that you know so well with the with being underground in the chambers, you know that glow and the radiance kind of go like expands outward, encompassing you, Gizmo, you, Al. And just as you do that, the Shadow Hound in front of you, Fenris.
Mhm.
Its hand grasps the blade and it goes dark. And your connection to Silverlight is no more.
While
It's silence in your head, Fenris. And that is a terrifying feeling. And this thing stares at you. And it reaches a hand out towards Caché.
I'm going to cast
As that
lightning lure on it.
on the Shadow Hound.
On the Shadow Hound.
Okay, go ahead. What is it?
It's strength saving throw.
Okay.
DC 18.
Lightning lure sticks into it. It doesn't react. Caché, go ahead and make me whatever roll that was.
Okay.
We tried, man. We tried.
I'm trying. Okay.
What am I making?
Sorry, it was a strength save, I think?
It's for lightning lure.
Yeah.
Wait, what? Oh yeah, strength save.
Yeah.
What?
That is a 12.
A 12. Okay.
Yeah, that's a fail.
So that's a fail. So it sticks into the Shadow Hound, but it's actually Caché that gets pulled to the ground. So you are no longer floating, but you are still.
Also, I guess, take 5 points of lightning damage.
Poor Caché is just like, what is happening?
I mean,
With that, though, the Shadow Hound kind of looks directly at you, Gizmo, releases the sword. Fenris, you feel Silverlight breathe back into you again. You can hear her frustration as it lets go of the blade and rushes it kind of back into the darkness and goes towards Caché once more, as if to protect her from the damage that you are causing, all of you.
what do you want with her?
It does not speak. Because it cannot.
Can I?
The nightmares are still flooding out of Caché as well.
At this moment, yeah.
Jesus Christ.
It is returning to her in this moment, though.
Oh.
Okay, so Fenris has done
Okay.
something, Gizmo's done something. Al, is there anything you want to try to do before I go
would
back
like-
to Caché for a moment?
I would like to. It's a bit weird,
Nice.
but it is technically okay. I'd like to use the gyroscope and open a tower because it is technically another plane of existence, and try and get Caché inside.
Okay. Can you read the tower though? Is it? I think it's a 10-minute thing.
Does it take time to do?
I think it takes time to do.
Can I just
Pass
summon
from
them
time
up?
instant.
Oh,
Specifically, remains for 24 hours, recharges at each dawn.
Just open up a tower. Here, all nightmares inside.
yeah. So are you okay? So you're gonna open the tower, and I'd say that's the action to open the tower.
Mm-hmm.
So I'd we'll go to Caché for a moment.
Do you want to tell us anything?
Yeah. Do you want to say anything? Because I'd say that's kind of your
Yes,
action
I'm going
to
to
do. And
say,
you've opened
I'll
the tower.
just shout out, let's try and get her into the tower. It's technically a different plane. That's probably all I have time to say.
I think so. Yeah. In these few moments,
we've already done stuff.
you've done the three of you've done stuff now. So
I have one quick question though, and can I pop in the sequence with you very quickly on just what happened?
Sure. Go ahead.
Okay.
Go on.
I'm gonna actually run very quickly. I'll be back straight back.
Run quickly.
Run.
Run. We have to stay like this until he gets back.
Okay. This is gonna hurt my face. I'm gonna massage it.
You train your grimace.
Good quiet neck.
Yeah, I like how you're pretending to be frozen, but both of you are shivering way too much to get away with it.
We weren't pretending to be frozen. We were just grimacing. This is how we
Grimacing?
left.
What? His face is gonna get stuck like that.
My face is actually quite stiff now.
Yeah.
I regret doing this.
Okay.
That definitely needs to be cut out.
No.
What happened? What did we miss?
So it basically has no context if you can't see the visuals.
Oh, great! I love that. That'll be great to listen
It was
back
yeah,
to.
entirely facial reactions, apparently.
Yeah, it was
Okay.
all about the face we were holding for that.
Very good. Very good. Okay. So, yes, Fenris. As we just spoke of, I do believe in this moment, with that fear crushing down around you. I need you to make a wisdom save, please.
Okay.
There is too much going on.
I know.
7 is 14.
Ooh. Okay.
I'll
We'll leave
leave
you there
that
for-
with you.
we'll-
That was a
that with
good, right?
that was a very good. Ooh. Yeah.
That
okay.
was good apprehension.
We'll leave you there for a moment.
Yep.
Caché.
Mm-hmm.
What happened there before? It was so you reach out, so the Shadow Hound's reaching out to you. You're reaching out to it. It's trying to stay near you, but those entities from the past are still pulling you away. You actually feel one of them shock you as well. Electricity fires through your system, but you just manage to get your hand out enough and it latches onto you. And there's a moment of, should I resist or should I not? That kind of question that you have. All these years this entity has followed you. It pulls you close. And everything stops. The fires, the memories, everything just stops. Halted in existence, and you relive flashes of the faces of your crew. Aaron, Rob, Ungela, Jaris, Tarlin. And you are something shared with you through the Shadow Hound. Peace. There is a sense of feeling their ends in a peaceful way. And that it wasn't your fault. And that it knows that. It's been trying to show you that. In the echoing darknesses of your own mind, you see the Grand General turn his back to you. Do you accept this realization from the Shadow Hound? Caché.
I think she would. There's something about your entire reality being broken that makes you want to accept the big shadow monster when he tells you it's okay.
There. Okay. In that quiet moment, you no longer feel the need to run. You're not running from your past any longer. Back to the rest of the group. The Shadow Hound snarls at you all and slowly begins to recede. The tear that is open in Caché closes very, very slowly. Nightmares are no longer escaping. And Caché, you wake back into this space with the rest. In the arms of this creature, still, by the way.
Ah,
It lowers you to the ground. There's a
Caché,
shiver. Go ahead.
are you alright? What's going on?
what happened?
I'd have got dragged up by your own shadows.
Quite literally.
Mm. You started spewing shadows then from some kind of rift. I mean, this terrifying creature poured out of you.
This I've seen before. I've seen it before when you lost control before. This is it, isn't it?
Not terrifying. I realize that now. I'm looking up at him.
It's just that smile.
Perhaps I shouldn't have been walking around whatever spewing around out of me there. I feel lighter. Though I don't know if I've a reason to.
I mean, I don't know even how to start making sense of what I just saw.
I mean, honestly, you just kind of started floating out of nowhere as soon as Fenris started, the little show. Just kind of went into shock.
Harlan,
Tarlan.
my lieutenant.
Was that the person passionately kissing Enya?
He should be dead.
Was he there? Was he on the ship with you?
He was always there. I told him I'd protect him. I told all of them I'd protect them. Foolish promise in such a terrible war.
I mean,
I've been thinking about it. It's not on you to protect anyone. We protect each other.
especially in a war like that, as you said. Bit of a dangerous time for everyone.
Let me show you, so you at least have some context. Caché raises her hand, still looking at the Shadow Hound. Shadows dance from her hand onto the floor as they recreate the scene of what happened in the last episode. There's no sounds, obviously, but Caché does kind of narrate through it.
Does she
All of
narrate
you-
the sound effects too?
It's not too dissimilar to what you all saw Sanmei do before. This manipulation of reality. But Caché does show you all bits and pieces of Soldat Polaire, the crew, that fateful night, the devastation, the loss, and Tarlin's face.
You
Right,
would have loved
tragic
Rob
tale.
too. It is. Although, I'm starting to see some fault in the great military. We were sent to die that day. At least that's how I see it now.
Seem like it was any fault of your own anyway.
I just hope I still made the best decision with what I had in those final moments. Or did a city die for nothing?
I do not know if you could have made a better decision.
That's what eats you up inside. The not
That-
knowing.
As I say, knowing what to forget is going to change the past.
I do want to cut to a point here, though. And I know I saw what you had to show me, and I'm so sorry, Caché, that you had to go through that. I can't imagine what it is to go through that kind of loss, but you shouldn't be here. Based on that, you shouldn't be alive, and from what I can tell, that thing's the reason you're alive. I'm curious why.
That I should probably ask. And I turned the hand again.
It's also asking what's happened to all of the shadows that came out of you. So we haven't even been at this town 10 minutes and we are already fucking it up.
Well, par for the course for us, right?
Hey, if they're all Terry's, that could be okay.
They didn't look like no terrors.
The Underdark
Yeah, some of
just
them
got
had
a
6
launch
legs.
carrier.
They were
Hey.
really frightening looking.
Someone looked like Terry on steroids.
Are any of those them like that cat thing that we rescued?
Yeah, did Hoover
Oh.
eat any of them as they went by?
Unfortunately, none
just
of them were
opened
Hoover's
tiny. Also,
one small nightmare.
okay, fine. It did. You know what? Fine. You don't feel or see Hoover on you, and when all of this is kind of dissipated and the shadows are slowly receding in the space and it's becoming light again, you actually notice that Hoover is over in the corner, batting around like a little mouse nightmare, little 3 tails, and it's like kicking it up in the air, and you kind of and it's just like throughout the that's
Hoover,
what
don't
you're
play with your
Oh.
food. Come on, Dad, come on.
Should have held Hoover up and opened their mouth. And well, here,
Yeah, just
everyone is here.
Flurkin style, just
Go ahead and make an animal handling check for me, though, because you just gave me
Oh
a command.
no. I've such
Don't eat
a-
Humphrey.
Animal.
Humphrey's
it's
a
wonderful.
friend.
10.
10. All right. It looks at you. Continues to bat around at the
Look, as long as he's happy.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Okay. So, Caché.
Yes, I will look up at the Shadow Hound and try to establish that link that I had at the moment where I could share my feelings. And I'm going to first I'm going to take what they had said as it might be a serious thing, so I'm going to push out a concern on kind of if the nightmares are a dangerous
By the
thing that we should
way.
deal with.
So, you might have those things. Okay. So, Caché, are you opening your mind to the Shadow Hound? I have to ask.
Yes, I is.
Ooh, Nelly, I've been waiting 37 episodes for you to do it. Okay. All right. I fell all the times. Okay. Okay. So you open your mind to the Shadow Hound, an entity with a giant smile, but no means to speak, except through images. And you see a barrage of images flashing, as if the entity itself is almost overwhelming you, because it thinks on a very different level to you. It pulls itself back for a moment, realizing that it's confusing, and tries again. It is trying to understand your patterns of speech as well. And it shows flashes of a dark dream space, of a time when the great gates were closed to them, sectioning off portions of this reality that you don't understand. It is not fully comprehensible at this point. It shows you images of wars, of a time when shadows were being chased into the darkest corners of the world by light. Endless fucking light. You realize just how devastating that can be to entities that are supposed to show the darker sides of things, the calm, the peace of blackness. You see the times the Shadow Hound was trying to share different aspects of itself and being shunted and turned away until it finally found an out, an escape, and it left everything behind. And in doing so, it lost part of itself. And in itself, it left pieces all around the world. And these pieces became voidlings. Its anchor into reality. Caché,
Yes.
you get a new feat
Oh!
because of your acceptance. So, I'm going to add that to your character sheet real quick. I've been waiting for you to get this.
So
accept it? No.
things come to those who wait, huh?
Do you accept it? No. Okay.
Oh,
I am feeling I'm going to regret giving you this, but I'm very excited about it as well.
I
What is
cannot
it?
wait.
Oh, it starts with a T, Amber. That's why you can't find it. Hang on one second. Feats. T. There you go. Yeah.
As it's in a moment, I'm still looking at Caché waiting for a response.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I am a piece of him.
Very what?
An anchor that holds him to this plane.
You were an airship captain. I don't think they had anchors.
We did, but they weren't used the way you're thinking.
You
Yeah, I
had to
still have
keep
to
them from
dock
flying.
sometime.
Yes, you had to keep them from flying off.
It's true, I suppose. I thought ropes would be enough for that, really.
Ropes way down
I-
to something called an anchor.
I don't get what you mean, Caché. What do you mean an anchor? What are you talking about?
Please enlighten us.
He cannot use words, so he shows me images. He showed me his past. In reality, I just don't understand. He was
Can he show
persecuted.
us? If he
Oh
can't
yeah,
talk,
and
then-
the shadows just come to life again. I completely forgot about the thing I used 2 seconds ago.
Hey, there's a lot happening. Also, can
Yeah.
I just remind you, this is the longest fucking day of all of your lives.
I
Yeah.
know we're so overtired.
This is
Yeah.
still
Yeah.
the same day that you were in the House of Clocks.
That's insane.
God.
Yeah.
God.
You all need sleep. Yeah. So the terrain is shown to you. It looks a bit weird and wonky. None of you recognize it though.
I understand. I get what you mean by that, Caché, but what I mean is if he can only communicate with you, and you say that he has no way of speaking, is there any way for us to communicate? Any one of us?
I'd say, unless you were a voidling, I have been running it from him for years because I couldn't communicate with him. It's all too new for me to say that you could.
So, for now, we just take your word for it.
It's good enough before.
So, step as it was.
Caché, your word has always been good to me, but I have experience with entities and pacts and promises. It was one thing when it was you were running away. I'm just concerned.
I understand, but there's no promises.
Hmm.
All he has given me since I stopped running is acceptance.
Fortunately, that does still sound familiar.
It's not always terrible. Deals can be mutually beneficial.
Of course. If they're only beneficial one way, then why would a person accept?
Hmm.
I'm just saying. I came from a world where these kinds of deals are commonplace. And I've seen people get hurt. I don't want anything to happen to you. And right now, the only form of communication we have between you and it is through you.
I'm going to turn to the Shadow Hound again. And I'm going to pour kind of a desperation of kind of, can you... I'm trying to think of what's an emotion that could display communicate. I suppose I'm going to display a lot of images of the Shadow Hound communicating in a similar way with them as he did to me, and see if that was any possibility.
Okay. Interesting. Okay. Gizmo,
Hi.
Can you help me with what does Gizmo dream about most?
Oh, that's a great question. I think a lot of the time Gizmo tries not to dream. I think he works late at night and tries to just drowse off. But I think when he does dream, it's like snippets of his life that he can't remember. Like, and it's never anything concrete. It's always just like things he knows aren't anything that is from when a part that he can go, oh, I remember this is from when I knew this person or when I was here. It's always
Things he can't really remember.
things he can't quite pinpoint. But because of that, and
Yeah.
I think he tries to avoid that as much as possible.
Okay. Fantastic. And how fitting.
Oh no! Why do I do this for you all this time?
Mental note.
Gizmo,
Stop
as-
talking.
Chris, shut up.
Stop. But you said some curious phrases there that suit so well because things Gizmo's trying not to remember. Things that Gizmo can't remember. Things that Gizmo might be, quote unquote, running away from in his own subconscious. So Caché,
Mm-hmm.
after this pull of that you send to the Shadow Hound, that mental connection, the opening up of your own mind, which is again a bit of a disconcerting feeling because we usually want to hold ourselves back and protect ourselves. You are opening your mind to this entity, and it is in turn opening its mind to you. And as you share the communication with others, you see snippets of the Shadow Hound traversing Gizmo's dreams. Pieces of memories, recollections that he can't quite place, but you see the visage of Gizmo turning away from it, as if the shadow appears in different pockets of his own memories, trying to show things to him, but he refuses it. There's a sense of, I've tried to communicate.
I turned to Gizmo. He tried. You guarded.
Yep.
You need to be open if you wish to communicate.
If he's a nightmare, then could they potentially communicate within a dream?
No. The Shadow Hound never speaks. Dreams and nightmares, from what I've gathered recently, are specifically designed to show something. There's a reason he can't speak.
It's in its function, as it were.
Yes.
You said though that it insinuated to you that I'm guarded.
Reached out. I was getting snippets, but every time it reached out into the places where you dream, you turned away.
I've always tried not to dream. That's why I
You
work as late as I do.
The only way he knows how to communicate.
Does he try to communicate with all of us?
I don't really dream.
Except Al.
Well, how about this? I want to trust you, Caché, on this. I really do. But what I just saw scared the living daylights out of me, and I just like to know that if this thing says it has your best interest in mind, that someone else can vouch for it. I'm willing to try to let it in, to see what this is about. Maybe Fenris, you could as well. I know, Al, this might be a bit beyond you. I know you don't quite dream.
Well, I mean, I could simply go into a trance.
If it
I
would
don't
work.
know.
So I think when we finally get back to Indira, then perhaps we pay the dreamer a visit.
Well, this is the thing. I do. Once I've rested, anyway, I do have the ability to navigate dreams and enter a dream and create one, even. But to do that would require the intended dreamer to be unconscious.
So when we dreamed before, Caché was able to enter mine.
Theoretically, someone could enter someone else's dream using this spell. Might be beyond my own capability, but
So we know that the dreamer has accomplished this before.
Mm-hmm.
And unfortunately, if you're looking for a second opinion on Out of the Shadow, unfortunately, our only other known voidling is gallivanting in the Feywild.
I trust the Shadow Hound. I trust you'll be safe if you open up. One thing I cannot promise, especially the way you've talked, that you'll like what you see in the dreams. You will have to face something.
Let me think on it. It's been a day.
That it has, but, well, Gizmo, I do have some experience in helping people fight their own dreams. No, I'm not saying you are the same level as my friend, but I will definitely help.
Honestly, I just found my dreams very frustrating. I just wanted to avoid them. I could never make sense of them. It's just much easier to stay awake. Far more interesting, the projects I was working on. Nah, my nightmares, they've all been when I've been awake.
Well, if nightmares happen when you're awake, then sleep will be easier, no? Perhaps a fresh perspective from someone else. Val, for instance.
I am quite tired.
So, I think we all are. But, if you say they are frustrating or puzzling, it's because Al has not met a puzzle he has not solved yet, I am sure.
Some puzzles aren't worth solving, but I appreciate it.
I'll say at this point, as Gizmo's saying those last words and you're kind of the acceptance of, I'll think on it. You glance back at the Shadow Hound. You slowly watch as it just slowly recedes back into Caché's shadow.
Thank you.
I hope there's enough room in there for Terry too.
The room, Terry?
Same kind of smile.
Out of curiosity, I will open my mind to Terry.
Just talk with everybody.
Yeah.
I am the real master.
Yeah.
I created the Shadow Hound.
I am the BBEG. Yeah.
Terry is the mastermind.
Terry is the mastermind. No, you get such a pleasant little feeling from Terry. A warmth in the darkness, almost like a candle flame when you're scared of the dark. And you see flashes of different that same kind of dreamscape that you saw that the Shadow Hound showed you, but a little bit more desolate than what you saw before, as if it was quite a bit of time after the Shadow Hound left. And you just get a sense of chasing teeny tiny little lights throughout this dream realm, this nightmare realm, all of it. He enjoys little flickering lights, like, what are they called? Fireflies. He also shares with you a tremendous amount of trust in you.
Well, Terry's got a second name now. Terry Nightlight.
Oh.
Hope you approve, Terry. Floating around.
Yep. While the four of you are currently quietly in this space,
Oh fuck, the nightmares.
the realization that you just unleashed a shit ton of nightmares into Nalisanor after a very long fucking day. Is there anything anybody wants to do before I'm assuming you all collapse?
Hit the hay. Yep.
Yeah. I think it's tomorrow's problem, or either that, or I'm sure they can handle. Curious to being in the dark.
I'm still
There is
collapsing in the suit, but like I take out the messenger stone that I have. Don't use it. Just nestle next to it.
Just sit next to it in the suit.
Yeah.
Hoover will join you, or at least get as close as they can to you. Kind of glance at you, Caché. Give you a little curl up next to Gizmo.
Before he does.
Caché's just gonna be like open minded to like everything.
What do you think?
I'm just going to open my mind a little bit and give a nice little, friendly hoo-dee-ha, don't eat Terry, please, and how are you?
Okay. So, it's really funny. So, okay, I can't remember. Sorry to the listeners. Has everybody gotten to a certain... Have they finished Baldur's Gate yet?
No.
Has everybody finished
Nope.
Baldur's Gate?
Not even finished Act 1.
Okay, never mind then.
Never mind that reference.
Never mind that reference. Cut that out. So, Caché, you open your mind slightly to the nightmare kitty that you all adopted. And for a moment, it's quiet and dark. And then it is a barrage of slightly terrifying images as what this thing used to be was massive, devouring huge portions of the nightmare realm, trying to feast on its hunger, control its hunger, devouring nightmares and lost souls and wanderers alike, confined now into the teeny tiny little form of a cat.
An episode of Sandman, isn't it?
Gizmo?
And it chunks you out of its head.
Gizmo?
curls up next to Gizmo and just purrs.
I'm already passed out inside the suit.
I,
I'm so
I,
tired.
I put a piece of parchment, just stick it to your chest. We need to talk. Underline, exclamation point, Caché.
The sign did say not to let it out.
Yep.
Given
This
the
thing looks
previous
just
night's
like a
conversation, I'm wondering what I'm going to think when I wake up and see this.
What? What do we need to talk about?
Oh god, she wants to get out of the pact. I knew it. Good thing she has good old Gizmo.
Gizmo.
I'm wondering right now. If
Two
we just-
hands, one leg. Yeah, that's me.
Hey, I am broken to fuck, but I'm here.
I wonder if we're all just going to turn to the doorway and see Artrin standing there with food and a very confused look on their face.
I was gonna say at this point, so all of you starting to fall asleep or go into your trances. I'm assuming there's nothing else anybody really wants to do.
Yeah, I'm going to find a nice quiet corner and seclude myself there.
You do.
Well, I've summoned the tower as well, so like there is that
Oh yeah, actually the tower is still there. Sorry, I know
There's
it kind of
just a door
did there
in
before.
the middle of the living room.
So there's a door in the middle of the living room. I'm assuming you all go inside and
That's
Artrin
actually
just-
that is even
Yeah,
better.
let's go into the
Caché-
tower.
Is Caché staying in the tower?
Caché, are you staying in the tower or are you gonna stay out?
I mean, if everyone's going to the tower, I'd just go in the tower with everyone. I'm going to just stick with the people at this stage.
If
Go ahead.
Caché staying in the tower, I'm staying outside.
Oh!
Okay, very good. All right.
Oh!
That's the last thing you do. Is just put the note down and then go into the tower.
Yeah, so Gizmo's gonna stay out of the tower, and he's collapsed in a far corner, and the rest of you go into Al's tower.
Can't move with that gimpy leg.
Light.
Interesting. All right.
There's a workshop in the tower, but I suppose if he's passing out.
No, he's scared of Caché.
He's got Hoover to look after him.
Hoover can look after himself.
I absolutely love the name Hoover. I cannot believe you named him Hoover. It was so cute. But
Hoover, devourer of worlds.
I just
Sucker of space.
really think about it. Aren't cats just like that though? They are like these murderous little fiends, and yet they're trapped in a teeny tiny fuzzy body. I just love them. Anyway,
They're bigger.
That
Fuck.
there is sleep.
is a lion. They are dangerous.
You all sleep. Thank the gods. Get your long rests. Get your muscles back.
Yay!
Jesus Christ. How many episodes was that? Hang on.
Along.
Oh,
was a
that was
long-
a few before we long rested. Jesus. Spell slots.
Oh, I know.
I
I
know
know.
what you look like.
You gotta be just.
Fuck my stuff.
I have so few anyway.
Hooray. I finally got back my level 1 spell slot.
Jesus. I think
I would as well too. I
Yeah.
would wake early the next day because I need to get to work on getting my leg back up and
Yes, you
going
do.
on that. So I do say Caché's note pretty early on.
okay. I'd say you do wake up before. Well, actually, no, because technically Caché and Al only have 4 hours. But they can stay in the tower. I'm assuming they'll probably stay in the tower and have food and.
Oh yeah,
Oh, yeah.
getting pampered. Yeah, facts.
Yeah, get pampered. You have turned over a different leaf of understanding, as you think. Yes, as you feel. So
Al, did you have little servants in here?
I think everything moved on its own,
Oh,
which
yeah,
really
yeah, yeah.
Kind of
frustrated
moves on its
Terry
own,
because he
like,
couldn't
yeah.
do anything.
Yeah.
Kind of automatically, like it's all just
Yeah,
clockwork.
yeah.
mechanism.
I'm
The
just.
table rotates every time you finish your plate with just a new like bit of food.
Yeah.
I'm sitting there, right, with 2 cucumbers on my eyes. My hands are up in the air while nail files just float at my nails, getting them all perfect. As the fork floats food into my mouth. I am enjoying my morning.
Caché's just relived the most worst experience of her entire life, and she's just pampering herself the next day. I think she fucking
Time for a
deserves it.
spa day.
Yeah.
Yeah. So one
Spa day
question.
for sure.
What are those files filing? Is it
Yeah.
filing your glamour
Being a
or is it
shadow
filing
being.
the shadow?
I'm assuming, like, as much as my nails are shadow, they do, like, have an effect when I'm walking around. So I assume they still have some level of hardness to them that would need filing.
I mean,
You
sure.
get bits of
I'm
shadow
not
all
thinking
over the
that far.
place.
Yeah.
I'd say so. I mean, you're pointing. I will say, glamour is going to be a little bit more tricky to do because of this acceptance of oneself. So just keep that in mind.
Mm-hmm.
It's not going to be as easy, I'd say. It's going to cost you a little bit more, so it probably costs you a spell slot now to actually do that.
Ooh, interesting. I
Because you're
like the development.
You're embracing that side of yourself, so it is harder to hide. But you wake. You two of you are enjoying yourselves in the tower. Gizmo, Fenris, 8 hours pass.
Fenris
Gizmo,
is
you
still
wake.
passed out.
I'd say even Fenris like sleeps a little bit longer. Yeah.
Yeah, probably the
holding
10
on to that
hours.
sword. 10 hours. Okay, fine. You're
Yeah.
gonna sleep 10 hours. That's no
Curled
problem.
up.
About 8 hours on the dot. I feel like Gizmo's clock just wakes him up after 8 hours. Just yeah. But Gizmo, you wake. You do find the little note. Hoover is stretches next to you.
I have a feeling Gizmo just wakes up and then says 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, done. Counts
Wakes up
down the
before
alarm.
the
Full
alarm.
start, go.
Yeah, exactly.
5 seconds for the
Yeah.
alarm, and I'll do a countdown. Done.
Yeah, I'm always a. Yeah, no, I'm gonna get straight to work with whatever tools are on hand. Might go into the workshop in the tower to grab whatever's needed to get my leg up and running. Hopefully, after that. long
It's
rest.
basically a robotics workshop, like, so yeah.
And having seen the note as well too, I will kind of nod towards Caché and acknowledge it.
Can't see you, cucumbers.
Yeah, later. And I'm gonna keep going till my legs.
Are you in the suit? Or are you in just your fairy form?
If the house has been left to ourselves, I'll probably like go fairy form to kind of go back and forth to pick up stuff as I need until I get what I need to get it back up running. Otherwise, I'll stay in the suit.
Okay, perfect. So I'd say the first few trips are in your fairy form because most of I mean you had to I think you disconnected part of the leg to make it look like you fell over. Like it is banjaxed. So yeah, you get into kind of a position around where you can start working on it. And I mean your tools are in the bag of holding, which Enya currently has.
Yeah, I'm hoping there's some tools in Al's manufactured tower.
I feel like Al would have. Al, what do you have actually in your kind of set of
Tool-wise?
Tool-wise, yeah.
Oh, well, like, I'd imagine I'd probably just replicate the kind of stuff that I would have seen in Lorian's workshop.
Yeah, okay, perfect. So yeah, I'd say you can get the basic tools. Yeah, no like all-purpose tool or anything, but I'd say you can definitely...
No, he wasn't.
I think I also have an artificer feature where I can just like make tools that I
You
need.
should give it an hour or something.
I was thinking about that too,
yeah.
I think so.
Mm-hmm.
De-stressing. Out of service. Yes, exactly. As you come out of the tower back to your suit, actually, Gizmo, Zora comes downstairs, followed very closely by Bo, the large lizard folk. Well, underdark lizard folk. Still doesn't look quite like the ones that you're used to seeing. But the two of them kind of come downstairs, and Zora kind of looks you up and down and speaks, but you can't understand, unfortunately.
To me.
Mm-hmm. She kind of has she kind of looks like points towards you.
I make like just a vague robot dance motion and then go stand still again.
And you see her kind of roll her eyes for a second. She pulls out a book, a grimoire. You recognize this, very similar to Al's spell book. See her flip through for a second, and she begins to kind of like read an incantation and speaks to, and suddenly you hear in your mind, "Look, this is going to have to do for now, but I can't keep it up very long, all right?" You understand it as common.
Well, good to actually, connect on one-on-one.
Don't get cute. It's not going to stay for very long. But anyway, you're looking a little rough. That's what I was saying. You're kind of broken.
I've Been looking better in the past. It's true.
Well, I am on my way to visit a friend who might be able to help.
Kind of like how you were trying to help us before.
Yes.
At least it's all up front. That's okay.
Mulg is a bit of a interesting fellow, but he likes to collect things like you.
This makes me want to see him less.
Oh well, that's up to you. He might have the tools that you need.
Suppose he's not going to try and collect me.
That I can't promise, but I'm heading there now if I don't know where the... Why is there a door in the middle of the room?
This is just where we stay sometimes.
I'm not going to ask. 5 minutes. And she'll continue to walk out.
We're talking to you.
Bo just kind of lumbers. Kind of gives you the kind of purr smile and then continues to walk after her.
I'm gonna walk in towards into the door.
Okay.
Well, how are we?
Surprisingly good.
Very well rested.
Well,
And you?
I just good. Slept 2 hours. I think I'm okay.
Still asleep.
We've
like
just
you
been
worked
told
out.
that we have 5 minutes to follow on to an interesting fellow. Apparently, he might have some things that might be able to help out with what's going on here. I'm quite banjaxed and quite limited in what I have to repair myself, so it'd be kind of useful for me to go. There is a small chance, apparently, that I might be collected. So I'd really appreciate if at least one other person could go. Wherever Fenris is, ideally if Fenris could go. I feel like she has the best chance of defending me.
I take that as an insult.
You just look really relaxed right now. Like, normally you're, like, ready to go, but at the moment I feel bad.
You look at Fenris or someone else in the room for 1 second, turn around, and you look back and Caché's ready. You were saying?
Those military switch outs are, wow, no joke.
The glamour helps.
Why did you put a uniform out of? You were wearing a gown.
Oh, do you put on your glamour?
No, but I
okay.
was more making a joke of it.
Got it.
Yeah.
And the rest of you, do you want to...
Oh, happily. I'll leave the tower here so that we can come back and work on your suit when you have the parts you need.
It'll stay up that long? Oh, it's 24 hours,
24
right?
hours, yes.
Perfect. And has anyone seen Fenris? Or is she still asleep?
Probably still
Asleep.
conked. Go and
Who
check
wants
in
to
again.
play rock, paper, scissors to wake her up?
All right.
Go on.
Wait, what is it?
On-
Boulder,
Boulder,
parchment
Boulder Parchment Shears.
Yeah.
Everyone to see.
Okay.
Okay.
Are you playing?
I'm playing, yeah.
Right.
Oh, okay.
Triple scissors, everyone. One.
Triple scissors.
Oh.
Oh god, no! What was that?
Oh god, what
Oh
just
my
happened?
gosh!
You just knocked each other out.
I think we should just all go.
Best on
I'm
three.
just,
All of you go as a collective group. To
I'm
wake
actually, I'm
Yeah.
just gonna say, actually, Humphrey, would you mind going to get Fenris for us?
Gary, would you back Humphrey up?
I am going nowhere near Scary Lady.
I thought
He
that
is
might be their
intelligent.
fault. That's fair, yes. Yep.
Terry, it's on you.
float up towards.
Still wacky waving and Fable are fairly tube.
He really is, isn't he?
Yeah.
As he goes, Terry grabs one of the floating I'm assuming like cups of coffee or something. He just jerks it out of the air and like holds it really close to himself as he floats up towards wherever Fenris is staying.
It's like, I will do
Um,
this.
Yeah, he's like, I will. So he takes it and phases through the door into Fenris's room. The cup does not come with. It
Yes.
shatters. All of you hear it, and it's like, oh.
I keep telling him.
He goes over to Fenris, realizes that his corporeal form can't quite make a lot of contact, so decides to knock over something to try to make noise.
Okay. I gotta roll to see how awake I am.
Okay, go ahead.
Surely it's based on perception.
Surely. Go ahead and make a perception check. Yeah.
Okay then. Roll a 19, so perception is 30.
You catch the thing that
Yeah.
it tries to drop.
Actually, no. This will be even better. This will be even better. Because do you think I didn't forget that failed wisdom save that you made?
No, I've been waiting.
Fenris is on high alert after losing her connection with with Silverlight. Especially having it just happen so quickly and out of your control. Instead of catching the thing that Terry drops, you draw your sword and slice clean through him.
Mm.
1 hit point gone. I believe Terry is gone out of existence for right now.
Well, lucky Humphrey didn't go.
Caché, you feel the connection to Terry sever.
Fenris! What did you do?
Okay. I will walk over and open the door. Pause for a moment to notice the
The shattered cup of hot coffee still steaming. Yeah.
currently cleaning itself up.
It is. There's a rag cleaning it up at the moment. Little sweeper taking away the glass. Yeah.
All the droplets of coffee floating back to itself.
Yep.
I just think that instead of cleaning itself, it's because I'm a time wizard. It's more like it kind of like it falls backwards and puts itself back together.
Puts it back
Your
together.
hand.
Yeah.
It goes back into your hand then, Fenris.
Yeah.
You now have a hot cup of coffee. That's pretty cool, Al.
Time just works to your advantage here.
Yep. Always
Okay, and I'll, after hearing Caché call, I will just yell down, "What?"
We're leaving in 5. Also, what you do to Terry?
I will close the door. Walk back inside.
All of you just hear the of the door.
Perfect response.
Okay. So.
I'll take 4 minutes to drink the coffee and then be down in 1 minute.
Very good. Very good. Okay, so 5 minutes pass. You all leave the tower, I'm assuming, and head out to meet Zora and Bo. Bo doesn't actually fully leave the entirety of the sanctuary, the burrow sanctuary that they kind of brought you to. But Artrin will also be joining you guys, but just Artrin is going to float in the background. But Bo is going to remember. And
I get the feeling he wouldn't. I get the feeling Artrin wouldn't help us around town. He just kind of point to where to go and sit back and watch us flounder.
Artrin?
Mm-hmm.
There's other reasons. But Bo is going to hand you something, Fenris, as you're about to walk out the door.
Yep.
And he's just going to kind of shove the hat of disguise into your hands.
I'll reply to him in Undercommon then. Danke schön. I'll put the hat on. Well,
I thought they were Australian.
no, Undercommon itself was, you kept saying it's a harsh guttural language, so I thought German.
Oh, cool. All right. Yep. Yeah. So doesn't even respond or reply, just kind of nods. It's a creature of few words. But Zora just, oh, come on, are we going?
Am I okay like this?
You might get some looks.
I'm okay with looks today.
I'll put the hat on.
Why not trade me off for scrap on the walk?
I can make no guarantees, but we are going to stay away from the gate so that none of the other individuals see you.
We'll
Speaking
just try and get a good price.
Completely an undercommon to you right now, Gizmo, completely forgetting that you don't speak it.
Oh yeah, I thought the spell was still up.
Yeah, it was just a quick little thing she was able to do, connect with you. So it'll be Caché and Fenris. I'd say for the expedience sake, can we just assume that you guys are translating as that happens? Is that okay?
Mhm. I'll translate.
Okay, so Sora and Artrin kind of lead you into the city. I sent a few photos there just so you could kind of get the vibe of Nalisanor as you are traversing. Now you're not leaving too far from this side of the city, the Burrows, which is the lower section near that big waterfall that was leading down into the salt vats. But so you are remaining kind of in the lower areas of the city, and Artrin leads you through dark caverns and twisting rocky passages, leading deeper and deeper into the dark. So this is Al and Gizmo in particular. You have dark vision for 60 feet, but this is getting dark. It's like you're getting to the point where even your dark vision is like, wow, we're getting deeper and deeper into these places, and you're only seeing in black and white now. There's no color at all, save that once or twice you kind of like pass these big fluorescent mushrooms or crystals on the walls. That's kind of a flash of more dim light, and then you continue on into the dark. The path slopes suddenly, and those of you who are kind of in the front, which I'm assuming is Fenris and probably Caché, you notice that Artrin is following a very determined path forward, but as you are walking, you notice that there are just trails, countless tunnels jetting off into the dark. But Artrin seems to kind of know where he's going in through this labyrinth of tunnels.
You'd hope so. He lives here.
Mm-hmm.
Still a labyrinth, though. Even someone who lives there can get lost. But Zora kind of stops everyone and looks up to the two of you. Now, just try not to make any sudden movements around Mulg. He's just he gets startled easily, okay?
Okay, good to know.
Cool. Go on inside. Just stands aside.
You're not going to introduce us, no?
I will. From the back. It'd be better if he saw you first.
All right.
I'll go in first.
Okay.
In front of Gizmo.
Yeah, I'll hit behind Fenris.
All right. So I'm assuming they're Fenris, Gizmo, Caché, Al.
Mm-hmm.
Passage opens into a wider space, more breathable chamber. The walls are sloped, and there's actually cracks in between where kind of it's spewing out like fluorescent blue light. It's very calming in this space, actually. But on the wall, Gizmo, you immediately see far end, straddled into place, clockwork. Quite impressive, actually, machinery. Seems to have been inlaid into the walls by thick chains. At the center sits a pulsing mechanical core. I'd say, Al, at this point, as you're kind of stepping in towards the end, with Artrin and Zora behind you, you kind of feel webbing get kind of drug across your face, which is just a horror, and kind of like dusted out of your face. And there's some kind of pull in the dark that you sense.
Pull or pull?
Pull.
Hole in
From-
the dark. Ooh.
Hmm.
Can I, like, send a few dancing lights in the direction of the dark?
You can indeed. Filling up the space a little bit more with light, you hear. Who's bringing light into my space?
Just some friendly visitors?
Visitors? No. No, we didn't expect anyone today. No, not today. What day is it, my love? Oh. You hear Zora, you kind of hear Zora like chuckling behind all of you.
What day is it? I didn't check the calendar today.
Oh.
God.
Oh, we don't have the yeah,
No,
the
we
one
don't have-
day
we
we
don't-
don't have.
Exactly.
It is the 23rd of
This month.
this month.
I will
You've
relay
been
the,
stuck on 22
You
for
relay
a
the
while.
date.
so-
I
yeah,
relay the
relay
date.
the date. Okay. And you hear Zora kind of go, Mulg, it's just us. We have a new friend for you to meet. And in the distance, in the dark, something breathes. You feel those cobwebs pull at you a bit more, Al. You thought you got rid of them all, but they pull at you
Hmm.
again.
Is it like,
Zora?
are they pulling taut?
A little bit. As if something's moving closer.
We'll back away a little bit.
Vortex works, sorry, in front of you.
I'm not going to use a spell slot just yet.
Friends of Zora and Artrin are always welcome. You all hear
Reassuring.
sounds of strange feet on the ground. As you see a striking pale male elf appear. There's these really, really light red eyes that he has. Cropped white hair that's kind of like hangs just a little past his ears. You see deep gills, almost like frills on the sides of his neck. And while his chest remains bare, it exposes these fragments of clockwork in an exoskeleton, piercing areas around his shoulders and his ribs. Shockingly, as he goes closer to you, you notice the torso disappears into a massive body of a spider.
Ooh, lovely drider.
Hmm.
I know you said spider, but what was that about the clockwork parts?
Yes. So there does seem to be pieces of clockwork Yeah.
Yeah.
that have been infused into the body.
Can I, like, just at this quick glance, can I get any inference whatsoever as to whether this is like, if this is like a technology that's just like so separate from anything that I've ever seen before, or if there's something I can get where it's like, okay, that's kind of familiar.
Is this like what we were coming across in the West Repair Yard?
Oh, there's so many good questions. Okay. Gizmo, go ahead and roll me. Gizmo and Al, roll me Arcana checks, please.
Yes.
Actually, no. Sorry. Arcana check for Gizmo, history check for Al.
History.
I rolled a 1, but I'm gonna use my inspiration
Okay, good. Do.
because I like lore.
Jesus Chris, your dice.
That's much better.
Okay,
That's a 25.
Except your face.
It's another natural 20.
Oh my god, these are two rolls you've made and they're both natural 20s.
Oh, did you get
29.
dice? Did you get new dice that I haven't touched yet?
These are the dice that I got.
Don't
My Al
go
dice
near
that
these
I
ones.
got. Yeah.
Okay.
They're,
We'll do-
they're not cursed yet.
Nope.
We'll do Gizmo first because you asked first. Any sense of understanding what this clockwork is? Is that kind of what you're trying to understand from him? Was that your question? Sorry.
Well, it's I think generally like whether the technology was
sorry, yes,
something that was something kind of like, was it any way familiar to all to techniques I was used to, or was this almost like I'm looking at like proto alien technology almost?
Yes. Okay. So this is what's cool about what you glean from. What did you roll?
25.
25. This is really what's cool. What you glean from this. It appears as if someone found remnants, broken pieces of technology, and has put their own spin on it. So while there are definitely pieces that you recognize on how this clockwork works, you can actually see where it's been fixed, welded, reformed, reshaped into what this being sees it to working as. So it is almost like it got blueprints and it allowed its mind to just go the way it's supposed to. It's not influenced by Manira or the Empire, if that makes sense.
Interesting. Yeah.
Al, for your natural 20, oh god, yes. This is you are seeing a tremendous amount of what's the word? Experimentation, which is all what you saw in the Western Prairie Yard. Experimentation of fusing mortal to clockwork and making a different type of being. Yes. This is nothing but experimentation. And as you're kind of all glancing around, you notice too that there are troopers and guardian classes currently like shut off. But again, as I said to you, Gizmo, it's like someone got the pieces, all the different pieces, and fused it in their own way. So these guardians look slightly different. The troopers look slightly different. It's like someone has been experimenting for years throughout maybe the whole war. They got pieces of technology and just started creating. So it's very unique.
It's a bit of a dollhouse kind of situation.
Yes, very much so. Some are like hanging, suspended. Some are their whole chassis are torn open as they're being worked on. Oh yeah, it is a. It's not too dissimilar to a workshop, but a little bit. Scary.
Yeah.
Yeah.
At least it's all on themselves. Is what Al thinks to himself.
Yeah. Well, seeing them stride forward, and I'm kind of more or less here for help me, I will step forward. I was told that you would be the one to be able to help me out here. I am as you can probably tell, not a little bit worse for the wear.
You get, I would even say, part of that sentence out before a shriek is released from this creature. And you can see a sheer of excitement and just awe of you. It rushes towards you, and you hear, such elegance, such precision, each piece perfectly placed like an artist with a tender muse. Do you see its magnificence, my love? You see it glance towards the giant core at the center behind it. Humble construct. May I know your designation?
Gizmo? Most call me Gizmo.
Gizmo, how delightful! I have never seen this kind of artistry before. Metal and stone, wood and magic. It blends and twists with such ease. But what's this? And it kind of looks, turns its head, and the whole legs of the body just flatten, and the body goes down and looks at your leg. What deviance is this? Who struck you with such malice and hatred? I shall pluck their eyes from their screaming skull and feast on their innards. And you hear a shriek again as electricity pulses through the clockwork around it. It kind of pulls back. Oh, forgive me, my love, I know. The violent thoughts are my curse. I will be better. I will be better. Gizmo, what happened to you?
You know, it's been a day. Look, we were just going about our day, and someone wanted to stop us. It's a bit of a rough and tough situation, and these things happen. Feasting on their eyes, though, that's intense.
Yes, well, I cannot help it sometimes. I've been plagued with these thoughts, but will you permit me, Gizmo? I would like to help fix you, please.
I kind of look back to the rest of the group, a little bit of a kind of like a.
I mean, Al's kind of like, just kind of like seeing his friend hit it off with someone and being like, you do you, man.
I feel like Al's already got a martini out of somewhere.
Yeah, pretty much. Like, yeah.
Mm.
Breakfast mimosas.
You enjoy.
You can tell by looking at Caché, unless he actually tries to feast on your eyes, you're on your own.
You're probably. I will hand you a mimosa.
I can't
Continue
drink
our
it.
spam.
Fenris is, well,
I can't do anything.
what should be Fenris is just kind of, come on, let's keep going.
Okay,
Hurry up.
I'll turn back to him and kind of like, if you can help, yes, please.
Do you hear that? My prayers have been answered, my love. Here, quickly. And he like grabs onto you and starts dragging you towards one of the kind of like plates that he would lay out. He throws the piece of trooper that he was working on before and just like plops you up with surprising strength. This thing is about the same size as you, though, with its like body and everything, that how it moves. It kind of like slams the front of you down because you are a construct in its eyes, and begins to kind of like pull its tools out and everything. And how is Gizmo feeling? Stuck in the suit.
Yeah, apprehensive, because like I think he understands it right now. He thinks he's just a pure construct, and I don't know exactly to what level of invasiveness he's planning to go. So.
I was gonna say I was gonna say I will follow just to keep an eye on Gizmo.
Oh yeah, and this
Oh,
all happens in
absolutely.
front of you. Like this isn't. He doesn't take him very far, but he's definitely like looking real excited.
I'm
towards you.
hoping that he's just going to focus on the leg.
Yeah,
he brings out a big drill towards the chest area. I'm vortex warping Gizmo out of there. Like
That's fair. Okay, so you're kind of keeping it with your
Oh,
mimosa.
100% keeping an eye out
Yeah,
for
yeah,
that. Yeah,
100%.
Okay.
yeah I'm definitely rational enough for that.
Okay. Al, you hear Humphrey beside you.
Are we sure we want to leave him in that creature's hands, friend?
I think that this creature might very well be incredibly capable of fixing Gizmo, but it is a risk. I agree. It is also Gizmo's choice.
Right. We let friends make stupid choices?
Well, we can always, I'm holding a spell to get him out of there in a hurry if needs be.
This is acceptable.
Okay.
I'm glad you think so.
Gizmo, there's going to be a few checks that this entity is going to make. I should ask, in your mind, as Gizmo, would he assist in the ways he can?
I think so. Yes, I think. Could I ask you to go into secrets?
Oh, okay.
Ooh.
Yes, you can.
It's a
All of
secret
the
every day.
secrets today.
All the
Yeah.
Secrets, everyone. Oh
Everyone's
God!
getting secrets.
Actually, I just realized my thing is broken at the moment. I think it's like thinks I'm holding down control, so it won't let me actually like click on
Go into
things.
secrets.
Okay, so
Yeah.
everyone else will go into secrets and you'll just stay here.
Yes, we all need to go into secrets, I guess.
Yeah.
Will that work?
Yeah,
Sure,
fair.
yeah.
Okay, what do you do?
get
Sorry about that.
Amber to come in.
Mess up.
No, you're fine. There's an issue with my PC at the moment. It's not letting me jump out of things.
Oh, okay,
So they're all
then
going to
everyone's-
jump into secrets now, and so I can talk to you.
Fantastic. I love it. All right, what's going on?
So if he's leading in, I'm probably gonna actually ask him if there's anything he can do that would improve. Because I think at the moment Gizmo is feeling a little kind of like
Mm-hmm.
Everything I've worked on is like completely falling apart. I've seen this person who's just like jury rigged them this thing together. Maybe they have a talent that I don't. So if
Okay.
there's something that he can do that I'm not aware of, or that I can help lean into. Basically, I know he's a bit crazy, but I think I'm gonna lean into his crazy.
Oh, I love this. I love everything you're just saying. Okay, so. Gizmo.
Yes.
So, in that, I'll let this conversation just be between. I'm going to move you over here because I feel like I'm looking at the wrong screen. Okay, there we go. Between you and him.
Mhm.
Fixing and repairing, he was going to be quite pleasurable to do that on you no matter what, with no pay. But if you're looking for enhancements and improvements, is there anything you would like to offer him? Currency in Nali Sonor is not gold. It's can be items. As you saw, mushrooms were used before by Artrin. Secrets, plans. What would you like to give?
I lost almost everything. So I will offer the fate regulator.
Really?
That's the only thing I have that's of. Yeah, it's the only thing I have of value that I could offer. And I feel like he would offer it up.
Okay. Then
But
I will let you.
But it would have to be somewhat clandestine, though.
Oh, definitely. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to walk you through the 3 different upgrades that he could give you. For the fate regulator, you can choose 2. Because that is a big thing to give. So, he has I made these words. I can't say these words. Abdermidian, I think it is, plate, which is a silver-like metal that amplifies magic.
Okay.
It gives you a +1 to spell attacks and saving throws. Hilgazar, which is a metal that is forged from muddy clay in the deep dark. It gives you advantage against spell effects targeting you.
Okay.
Or mithril ore, which he could then infuse into your armor, making it so that you no longer have disadvantage on stealth checks. And it would give you I think it's a +2. Yeah.
On top of anything I already had, like, kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, sorry. What was the first one again?
The first one is basically just a power up on your spell attacks. So it's you get a +1 to your spell attacks and saving throws. All saving throws.
I think I would take. Oh. I'll definitely take the second one. For sure.
The advantage against spell effects.
And then I'll take. So just to clarify, the third one, does it mean that we say there's no disadvantage, etc. Does that mean that disadvantage can't be imposed on me, or I just don't have disadvantage if I already have it?
I think. Do you have disadvantage in your big suit? In your guardian form?
Not in this one, no.
Oh, okay.
I have advantage when I have the infiltrator suit on.
Got it. Okay, so yeah, so maybe the mithril one wouldn't be as hang on, let me see, what else do I have? Let me pop to magic items.
Sorry, I don't want to take too much time.
No, you're grand. Crafting items, there we go. Yes, I have an entire thing that is all special materials.
Amazing.
Radiant resistance. Yeah, so that wouldn't affect your guardian because it doesn't have disadvantage.
Sure, if you want, like we could talk about like the actual
We could.
upgrades later.
Yeah, we could if you wanted to leave it with me, or if there was a specific upgrade that you're looking for. Is there something in particular that maybe you're?
Well, maybe I like the second one anyway. I'm happy to go with that, and then maybe we could talk about like whatever the other one could be. It could be just some other minor thing, and we can come.
Definitely, yeah. Do you want to
So-
do it that way? Yeah. So we
Yeah.
can talk about that then.
Yeah, yeah. It doesn't need to be sorted out now.
I think I might have assumed that the guardian
was
suit had
disadvantage there.
disadvantage.
Yeah.
So sorry about that. But yeah, no,
No,
let's
no,
talk.
it was because it was the armor that we were talking about, like the techno armor at the start. Like yeah.
Exactly. So yeah, no, I think that's if you're all right with that, we'll play around with
That
some
sounds good.
ideas. But yeah,
Oh,
I'd
yeah,
say you could
I'm
definitely
happy
get
with
two with the fate regulator. Yeah, you could definitely get 2 upgrades. Yeah,
For sure.
we could definitely talk
Cool.
about that. Okay, cool. Might be one other little small thing that
Oh,
happens
do you
as
want
well.
to
so.
message them as well too and let them know?
Oh, yeah,
to
I'll tell them
because
about that. That's
I
right.
can't. It's like my control is clicked out. I can't even open up the other like things. It opens up a new URL. It's really annoying.
Oh, it's actually been quite fun to just have everybody like into secrets, out of secrets, into secrets, out of secrets.
Lads, you don't even know.
Oh god, we've uncovered some secrets.
Oh, have you?
Yes.
In the
Is it-
secrets, there were secrets hidden in the
Oh.
secrets.
Wait,
Yeah.
oh, so you 3 have put something together?
More
Yes,
than
but
that.
not relevant to Minerva.
Oh, Manira, but yes. Okay.
Mira, sorry. Minerva.
So,
McGonagall.
It's
okay.
Manira.
So it is going to take a few hours for this process to occur and do. So I'd say, let's see. Gizmo, go ahead and roll me a d6.
Six.
All right. Well, I was gonna say whatever he rolls, double it. So 12 hours.
Oh, wonderful.
Hey, there's a lot of damage, and what we just talked about as well needs to happen
Yeah.
too.
God damn
No,
it.
absolutely.
So none of you actually know this because the Molg isn't going to explain this to you. He's not going to say how long it's going to take. He is just going to be working away, working his magic. By how many hours do you all sit before you realize it's going to take too long?
Would Molg allow me to use his workshop to maybe work on Humphrey?
Oh. Do you approach to ask?
I will. I won't
Al,
approach.
can you-
I won't approach.
Al-
I won't approach.
Al, can you speed up time as well?
I can't, I'm afraid. Not yet.
Let me rewind.
I won't approach.
I recognize a fellow creator. What can I help you with?
Well, just while you're working on my friend there, I wondered. I am in admiration of your facilities here. And I was wondering if I might perhaps perform a few minor modifications on my little friend here, Humphrey.
A delightful little construct you have. Beautifully sculpted, yes. And, well, my love just seems to really adore him. But if I am to expose you to my workshop like this, you must make me a little promise.
Go on.
Your creation does not speak. Shame, really. For some of us, our voice is all we have. Will you give him a voice?
I was terrified you were going to ask that. I suppose it would only be fair. Humphrey, what do you think of that?
The program has shut down.
I
So...
I will imagine.
Humphrey is mulling it over.
This is agreeable, friend.
Humphrey 404. Hash it down.
What happened to your voice box?
Shut up.
Fix
He's being
your
installed.
vocabulary.
You're You're a real boy, Humphrey.
Just make sure you install a mute button for him.
Have Humphrey's actually been a girl this whole time. Okay.
It's like her inside the box.
So,
Huh, it's even
What-
smaller fairy.
what is your decision then, Al?
I would like to. I mean, like I had magic mouth that I would kind of use if it were a case of like needing to use kind of a similar spell
You see
to
the
incorporate it.
you see Mold kind of wave his hands. You're not thinking big enough. Give me a moment.
Well, he's only got a
Hand
tiny head. I can't give him a
still
large mouth.
inside Gizmo's leg, reaches over and yanks one of the troopers closer to him, and you watch as he slams it down on, not like aggressively, but slams it down on Gizmo. Gizmo, you see all your sensors are like, eep! The body is slammed down on the legs.
Warning.
Warning. And you watch as this Drider just reaches into the mouth of this trooper and rip out its vocal box, toss the body aside, and hand it to you.
Well, that's one way of removing it. Lovely.
They don't feel yet. They will. though.
Inside the suit, I'm now deeply regretting what I've accepted.
Watch it just pry open the middle part. Ah! Yeah. No.
I'll take the vocal box and I will thank him and
Do not thank me. Thank the machine. It points towards the heart, that beating mechanical section on the wall.
can I get a any kind of what do I get off of this thing? Is it like some kind of core that's alive? Is it conscious? What is it?
Go ahead and roll me an Arcana check.
Okay.
While Gizmo shudders in his suit.
Yes, I'm very distracted now at this point. I really hope he doesn't go ham on Gizmo.
Oh, he's still working on Gizmo. Like, he's paying attention to you, but this is an entity with split minds. It can work on many different tasks at the same time. Its arms or the legs of the spider as well are like getting in there and fixing everything. And Gizmo, he's doing a pretty good job actually. Like, from your own perspective, he's molding metal and wood in a different way than you've even seen, strengthening it.
Taking notes.
Yeah. It's just very different to what you do. It's not better. It's the same par, but it's just different the way he's approaching it. So sorry. Go ahead, Al.
Oh, it's Arcana 18.
18.
Yeah.
Could I flash of genius that?
Ooh.
You can indeed. You're
Plus
right there next to him. Yep. So flash the genius. So that is what? 18.
+5. It's 23.
Plus 5. 23.
That's a D8.
Oh lord.
Nice. Do you roll that or do I?
I don't have a D8 in front of me, so you roll.
Okay.
You roll.
This is how it's decided.
Okay.
Who rolls it? Whoever has one close.
Plus 4.
Plus 4. Okay.
So
Jesus.
27.
27. Okay. Al, pop into Seekus with me.
Ooh.
Hey.
I wanted to let you guys know as well, there is
This also gets cut out.
a few things for sale. Not too much. It's just basically all-purpose tools just for the 2 inventors. So there is +2 Tinker's tools, +2 all-purpose tool, and a +3 all-purpose tool.
What's
As
the
I-
+3 all-purpose do?
+3 all-purpose tool. So you get to add.
How much?
How much is it?
So, as I explained there,
Oh,
to
yeah.
you, Gizmo, currency in Nalisanor is a bit different. They don't work in gold. They work in items. So, how I kind of look at it as it's going to be by the type of item. So, uncommon items, common items, rare items, things like that. So, it's a lot of trade in this particular city. Artrin would explain this all to you as well, because this was part of things that Artrin learned when he joined the group. that's why he paid with the mushrooms, because they were certain currency in that part of the city. So yeah, so the +3 all-purpose tool is a rare item, and then the +2 is an uncommon. +2 Tinker's Tools is uncommon as well.
Unfortunately, I don't really have any other items. There's nothing I can give away anyway.
Yeah.
And it can be a combination as well. It's all about trade, like I said. So if you can put it, you can put whatever you want towards it and see, and it just depends.
I have a
So.
basic shield.
I bring out 5 acid bullets.
Ooh.
Okay. You put it on the table in front of him.
Mm-hmm.
What are you looking to get, or is that just portion towards it?
I'm portioning towards.
Okay.
Just looking through my. I'm looking through to see what I have.
So I'm looking. It's all in the bag.
I know. I'm so
So I'm
sorry.
looking. I was so fastidious of putting it in there. I've never been more fastidious about making sure it was all in the right area.
I feel so bad for taking it,
Nicked.
but then don't.
No, I know, absolutely fantastic. I do sometimes like to look inside it and go, what was there?
Oh, all the things. All right, so 5 acid bullets. Anything else? I'm assuming you're all going for the +3 all-purpose tool.
This might be saying a lot. An Avashan military uniform.
Meaning a lot for Caché.
Mm-hmm.
Not so much here, but
Yeah, but in terms of
collector's item.
Yeah, it's rare. You won't find one in this side of the world.
I mean, I definitely wouldn't say it's rare, but
I'll put
but
down
okay.
my own all-purpose tool. That's a +1.
Okay. Yes. Very good. Al, Fenris, anything?
I don't really have much. I have a greater healing potion.
I don't have much
Kind of been
either.
used.
Yeah.
I will take out a bottoms-up tart, and I will look at him, dead in the eye. Dead in the eye. This tart has come all the way across the world from the most famous bakery in Minera. This is known to change lives, increase brain function. This is worth more than gold where I come from. Just saying. It's worth a lot.
Just saying.
Make a persuasion check.
Yes, Caché.
Just see.
Whatever this is, I'm going to flash of geniuses.
Well, I mean, we could probably help, but we could also just watch here and see how it turns out.
Yeah, but if this works, I get a cool thing out of it. So
24.
With a flash of genius, then on top of that.
Oh no, I haven't added the flash of genius yet.
oh, Jesus, 24. I think you're okay.
It's up to you if you're.
I'll, no, I think I'll leave it just in case we need
You'll leave
something
it.
important
24.
later.
Okay.
24 is pretty high.
I'm gonna be this DM.
Oh no, should have done it.
I need at least one more item.
I am going to reach into my pack.
But like, it needs to be a good item, guys. Like, this is the whole point of the city. Trading is very, very lucrative. So we need to give up something important.
I am going to bring out one of the stink pots that the kids made me.
Have a
This
potion
is for.
of renewal.
Mhm.
Of
Well,
renewal.
when I bring
Yeah.
out the stink pot, I said.
Wait, is that the spell slot one?
It returns a first level spell slot.
Yeah, but I want to bring out the stink pot anyway.
Hang on one second.
I
Hang on
just-
one second.
I
Let me
don't
just
know what
check.
that is.
No, I'm gonna check it here because I have them. A Vasha items list. Where are my potions? Potions and poisons. Potion of renewal. It's just a potion of renewal, correct?
Mm-hmm.
It's a common item. Okay, so you're gonna put in the potion of renewal. You can put in the stink pot, Fenris, but now
Well, I was
everyone
gonna-
has put in something important. So
Well, I was going to basically talk to him as well. Following Caché's example, say this can also change lives, but in a far worse way. This is for people you especially dislike. They will never be popular again.
Fenris, what do you look like, by the way?
Whatever the hat of disguise made me look like.
It's whatever you want it to make. It's disguise.
Okay,
so-
I will just basically look like a drow version of myself then.
Ah, okay, cool. Just making sure. All right, persuasion check.
19.
19. Okay. Kind of looks at the stink pot, looks to the tart, looks to all the items that you're putting forward. And his eyes glance at Humphrey. I
You can
feel
keep-
we can do a bit better than that. Perhaps
keep-
a secret. Knowledge that you would be willing to share with me. Fellow creator.
Secret or knowledge that I'd be willing to share. There is one less envoy in the world.
You watch his eyes get big. You've seen them.
Met one. Tortured individual.
Tortured, yes. They all are. Part of me wonders if they were lost souls once, plucked from whatever space and time they were, forced, fused into metal bodies. Interesting.
Yeah, absolutely exquisite, if not horrifying work.
Up close, did you see anything? Equations, understanding of how they live.
I mean, I'll
Anything
describe.
that you can write or draw, and he'll kind of push parchments blank over to you. Ah. Gizmo's like pulling out shit.
Yep,
I showed this to Al.
yep. I'd
All of this.
You
The
did?
listeners, we've notes we were given earlier. Way earlier.
Yeah, this is so
Way,
long ago. I better
way
wrap
earlier.
earlier.
Well, is this stuff that you showed me at the time, or is this stuff that you still only have on you?
I think I still have these on me,
Yes,
but I did
I'd say
show
so.
them to you because there was references in the notes to
Ooh.
because Humphrey was starting to act up a bit, and there was like references to like reprogramming and things like
Mhm.
that. So we were kind of looking that over to try and figure out what was going on with Humphrey.
I'd probably try and then recreate the equations. I wouldn't ask you for them, but I'd try and draw them out.
Okay. roll me a
I don't
Arcana
necessarily
check.
want them to be perfect,
Oh,
Well,
okay. Oh,
I don't know.
it's up to you.
I'm not going to do it on purpose, but it's why I'm not asking for the sketches that we
Actually,
took of them. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So roll me an Arcana check
Okay.
and a History check. So both.
So the Arcana is 16 plus 9, 25.
25. Okay.
Yeah.
You
And the
understand these
history.
equations. You can see them in your mind's eye perfectly.
What the fuck is this? The history is not great.
Okay.
It's a 3 plus 9 for 12.
For 12. Okay. So while your comprehension of what you and Gizmo were looking at,
Mhm.
you understand it, you struggle a little bit to fully remember exactly how all the equation sections work, but you are able to formulate, what seems to be correct, as well as the bits and pieces that you remember that are all sketched into Humphrey. If you remember that, all the internal sides of Humphrey have all these different types of equations as well
Inside the panels.
inside the panels. So you are able to recreate close enough, basically. That's the and present it to him, and you can just see on his face this expansive understanding and wanting to work on that, and looking back at Gizmo and realizing, oh, he has another project he's working on, but he kind of leans over you a little bit and tries to kind of work in his own parts of the equation, and then scribbles them out, and then kind of pulls the parchment away from you, not like in an aggressive way, but just like wait, that doesn't make sense, it's not working.
Like,
so he's trying something else.
Like, yeah.
Yeah, and so he's trying again. He tries a different type of equation. No, scratches it out, and he's kind of getting obsessed with that for a moment. All +3 all-purpose tool, all yours to your group, so you can have that. That was a very good trade. That is the kind of shit that goes for in Alicenor. Obviously, he takes everything else to see because you all offered it up.
That tart was unbelievably valuable. I think I got, absolutely robbed for that. But listen.
No, well. What did you lose except giving a crazed man a very scary equation? My
identity.
As if we didn't cause enough damage to this place already.
But I'd say with that, you all can spend the next few hours. Gizmo, you are repaired. Al, whatever you're wanting to do to Humphrey, you can do.
I want to install a grappling hook.
Oh, cute!
I want him to be able to zip line out of situations.
Oh my god, brilliant. Not even a roll, you can do that. That's easy done. You can definitely install a grappling hook. You also can install the voice box if you wish. Or if you don't, you can not.
I'll install the voice box, but I'll make sure that it's not very loud.
Very
Wow.
good.
And I'm going to reserve the option to be able to mute it.
Humphrey literally will get lost, and we won't be able to hear him because
Screaming
I can
for
hear
help.
him. I can hear him in my head always. Like,
That is
You
true.
try calling him. No, I have him on vibrate. You never take him off vibrate.
Humphrey.
I would say just for because we're close to ending. Just let me get through this one last part here. So you spend a few hours if that's all right.
Yeah. I'm
If
just
there's
gonna
anything,
look at Caché and the others and just rattle the dice. Hopefully, I have a dice set, so.
so
I'll
you're gonna
rattle
play
them.
some dice and relax. Perfect.
Yeah.
I'd say Caché, Fenris, and Al, while the three of you are on your 11th and a half hour of waiting for Gizmo to fix. Gizmo, you gotta just be like, I can't wait much longer. You've just been stuck in the suit, like.
I really need to go to the bathroom.
Really, yeah, definitely. The three
There's
of
these
you,
6 bottles appear on the wall.
the three of you notice something a bit strange as Zora and Artrin kind of move away from you and kind of go towards the entrance of this room, and you can kind of hear, if you just distract them, I'll be able to sneak away and arrange a meeting with the stageman. There's a pause. As we're going to end there, the three of you hearing that conversation.
Mm.
And when Artrin gets back, we can continue it.
Very good.
So, thank you all so much for joining us, and we will see you in the next episode.
Bye. Goodbye.
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 Goodbye.